Oi, oi. How's it going? Today is the 12th of November 2020. Just decided to start trying out this streaming thing. Um, yeah, this is basically just trading on Betfair. So excuse me for a moment, just sorting out a few things here. So yeah, the purpose of this is really just to trade the betting markets, betting exchanges. Well, specifically not betting exchanges, Betfair. Um, at the moment, just doing the minimum stakes. The purpose here is not really to make money at this point. It's just to get proficient at reading markets, entering and exiting. So for that reason, there isn't a staking plan, if you like, in place. It is just taking the minimum odds of, or minimum stake sizes of £2 across the board. So yeah, I'll talk a bit more about that as I go through. But at the moment we've got this race that is off in about 8 minutes time. So just assessing the market first of all. So we've got slight drift on the favourite here. The second favourite looks like it's come in. So this could be an opportunity to back. This could be an opportunity to lay. Some of the things that I'm looking for are how much money's been matched in the market so far. This helps with liquidity. So there is it's about 115, which is more than ample to make this tradable. 7 minutes to the off, and it's a pretty tight book as well. So rather than yammering away here, let me just see what we got going on. So this is at the top of its range. So I've got a feeling this is going to drift a bit more. So I could lay this. Just giving myself a few moments to get acclimatized to what's happening before making any moves. I'm feeling a bit of a latency on the mouse here, which is probably because it's streaming at the same time and recording, which I've never done before. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Just feels a bit sluggish. I don't know if it's the refresh rate here is correct at 200 milliseconds per second. It might just be because I'm streaming at the same time. If that continues to be an issue, then I'm just going to have to stop. But so just place the back position here in the anticipation this is going to move down. So the premise on this is that this price has been coming in, and this one has been moving out. So they work inversely. If something comes in, something else has to go out. If something comes in here, then one of the other selections have to go out. It's just the maths of it, really. It has to do that in this type of market. So here, this is good in that it's at the top of its range, but it's a little bit weird that both of these are going out. So it means that some other selection has to be coming in. Maybe one of these lower priced ones. But I'm happy to hold the position here. You can see I've got a tentative exit on this one here. You can see from the chart that this has come up. It's gone. It's stopped coming in as much and started to drift, and it's hitting resistance around this level here, which is about 375, 370. So the position's going against me, but I'm not panicking at the moment. Again, the reason for using these small stakes isn't not for you. More importantly, not using big stakes is because at the moment I'm not really thinking about making the money. It's just about making the calls right in terms of how I'm trading. So just build up the discipline in terms of exits, entries.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
Getting the direction right. And then, of course, scaling up to bigger amounts. Now, of course, using smaller stakes is not going to be the same as using bigger stakes. The market's going to move, or you're going to affect the market a lot more, a lot differently with bigger stakes. So £2 is quite nimble, it's quite easy to get in and out of the market with those kinds of levels. Not so much with, if you're putting £2,000 in here, that's going to move that market. But the idea is if I can consistently, start to read the market with the lower stakes, then it will make sense to scale up. But yeah, let me stop yammering away and concentrate a bit on what's going on here. Still happy to hold this position. Still hitting resistance here. This is still persistently drifting, which is good for this position here, because this is moving out. This is going to move in, or should move in, or something else will move in, and I'm hoping it's this one. But I might be wrong, and if I am, I need to act accordingly. So I've got 3 minutes till the off. So I might need to start reducing this position. This is coming in dramatically. So I'm going to take some of that position out because of this sort of corner of my eye, this moving in. Yep. Seeing can't just sit on it and wait for it to evaporate. The market's there's always going to be other opportunities to trade. So even if it means taking a loss, it means taking a loss. C'est la vie. But the idea is just to live to trade another day. See how this is coming in. So it's broken support, moved down. It's approaching this 2. If it breaks that 2, then it's probably going to move down even more aggressively, or it's going to bounce off of it, which will mean this comes in. I should have been more wary about that. That psych level 4, I think one of the reasons it was so aggressive when it passed that level is because that psych level, that crossover point, it's important reaction area. So it moves quite aggressively as it moves through there. So same on this side. As this moves through here, it will also correlate to a crossover on the 4 here. So let's have a look, see what we can do. Not much time left. Shit. All right. Important not to be too greedy with this. There we go. So yeah, still stuff I can do on this, but it's getting a bit near to the off. First position of the day, taking a bit of a loss. As you can see, made it slightly less than it was. Obviously, with appropriate staking.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
Thank you,
60
Peter.
seconds.
Obviously, with appropriate staking, then the loss would have been less. Because the position on this would have been bigger. But again, staking isn't really my main concern at the moment. It's more just getting that discipline in, cutting out before the start of not letting anything go in play, cutting out before start of races. Those are things that are important for me for now, and then worry about other stuff later on. Just doing some stuff off screen here, so excuse me. Off screen here, so excuse me.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Going on.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
I'm a
Five.
bit green to this whole Twitch thing, so I'm just doing multiple things at the same
We'll
time.
go and make some friends.
Oh, come on. What's going on? All right. Now that's sorted. Let me concentrate on what's going on. So, we have got 4 minutes to the off. Very flat here, coming in, going out. So, let me just see what a potential play. Market's, liquid enough. 60 grand matched with 4 minutes to go is good enough. This is nearing a crossover point. This could bust through at this level. Just going to take a few moments to get acclimatized to what's going on before taking any trades. See, it's been moving within a reasonably tight range in terms of the volume that's being matched. Just course, so this is approaching the 3. This is coming in as well. This is also approaching a crossover point. You can see from the charts that 4 is a major level of support. So it could bounce, or if it goes through, it will be probably quite aggressive. Alright, let's go on anticipating a break. Stay quite light for now in terms of position size. Yeah, this is drifting. Alright, shit. Come on. Just going to play this conservative for now. I've got anticipation this could break a lot lower. But there could also be, it never really moves in one straight line. There's going to be some sort of a retrace at some point, which could be an opportunity to get on again. Also, just bearing in mind the time as a factor. Come on, mate, speak properly. So this is still drifting, which means this is still coming in. This is about to hit resistance at this price level here. You can see in the chart. Which would mean that correlates to a retrace of this if that resistance. No, I'm just going to stop talking for a second. Concentrate 1 sec. So I had a bit of a retrace there. And that's moved out aggressively. So that could mean this is going to move back down again. So as long as money keeps coming on this and this seems to drift, then there's no reason to really move my position. But at the same time, I can't be too greedy. I've seen this coming in out the corner of my eye. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Green up on that. So overall, I felt that it was going to move down further to maybe these kinds of levels of this previous low here. But
This event will start in 60 seconds.
Thank you,
60
Peter.
seconds.
Well, as Peter says there, it was about a minute to go. So it just means that I'm just playing this a bit more conservatively, not to undo the good work that I've done so far. Profit is a profit. So let's green that up and move on to the next one.
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
So what's that? 1 win, 1 loss. Don't even know. Not even keeping track. Let's just have a look. So again, just having a quick peek off screen, see what's going on. Oh, that's doing that. Just put that on there. Yeah, this Twitch thing. Come on. Let's mute that. Pause that. All right, so, well, 15 minutes to go on this, which is quite a way out. So there's not much market. Well, having said that, so just go while there's still some time on the clock, if you like, in terms of when things are gonna kick off. We've got the first things that I really look at is how much has been matched. So there needs to be enough matched in the market to make it, viable. That's not a whole lot really for a typical race, but there's still quite a lot of time to go. In the 10 between 10 minutes and 5 minutes, the money really starts flowing in. What other things I'll be looking at? How tight the book is. So what I mean by that is, in a ideal book, I mean all of the selections in a race will contribute to the probability of one winning over the other. So the nearer this is to 100%, the tighter the book, this value here, or the nearer this is to 100%. So this will be, this 1% here, 1.3% means that if you wanted to back every single outcome in it, if as a bookmaker, if you had a complete book, it would mean that you'd have about 1%, 1.6% profit overall. Yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on that and just pay attention to what's going on, because we've got a very short price favourite here, which is moving in, and I'm just been sitting here yammering away. So we've got this favourite coming in, very persistent trend, lower lows, lower highs, and it's moved in. This second favourite has drifted, moved out. Looks like there's some money starting to come into the market. So this is an odds-on favourite. Now, yeah, this looks like it's going to come in, and this going out is supporting it. But the only thing I'm just wary about at the moment is there's not been a massive amount of volume that's coming through as yet. Which means that if I put a position in, it could just be stuck there, or it could just, reverse on me. I prefer to see a bit more activity before making that decision. Of course, you may see see it differently. It's up to you. It's just what I see. It's a bit of a waiting game. Of course, I could fade that. That's another strategy that you could have. Fading just means going against the general trend. So rather than looking for bigger moves in one direction, you could fade it, which means that you're going counter to that trend and basically looking to trade the pullback. So price typically in a trend will go down, up, down, up, down, up, and that kind of pattern. So you can see there it's pulling back, but the overall direction is still down. So you could effectively lay and then back at high price, but I prefer to go with the trend but wait for the pullback. I don't like this latency. What is going on? I'm just going to plug in my Ethernet. Yeah, that could be a major problem, with bigger stakes. That kind of, I don't know if you saw that, but the price kind of stalled on the screen there. And don't want latency, because, with bigger amounts, that is a problem. It's doing it again. Fucking hell. Alright, let's try. I don't know if that's an API issue, if it's a problem with the software, Betfair, my internet connection. Come on, come back. What's going on? Yeah, markets just don't stop like that. Okay. Fortunately, I was on the right side of that, but you can see how that could have been. I don't know what was going on there. But I'm in the money here, at least. And again, because you can see the green that I've made on this isn't spectacular, that's because the stake size isn't, I haven't got a staking strategy in place. So each tick on this is only worth, a few pence. But the reason I got out there is because something went wrong with my technology. I'd lost the kind of heartbeat of what the market was doing. So rather than stay in there and potentially not have an idea of what's going on, I thought it made more sense just to get out whilst I was ahead and then reassess once I got a feel for what's going on. So just looking at some stuff off screen. So what's going on here? Okay, well, okay. So this is retraced again. So what I'm looking for is, well, this is coming in. So persistently, which is causing this to drift. And this is coming to a psych level. So there could be a bounce here. You can see in the chart there's support, which is around these fours. So this crossover point, or psych level as I sometimes call it, is just a level where the price is likely to react. And because this is coming in, I'm anticipating a bounce on this, or it could break aggressively, but I'm anticipating that there could be a bounce. But I'm just trying to time how I trade that. I need to see, there's some money on there. All right, okay. Let's see. Just going to try and take a sneaky tick on that. Maybe re-enter if this persists. So I've matched my own trade on that. Right, okay. So at the corner of my eye, I'm seeing this money build here, pushing this down, which should correlate to a move of this upwards. And I'm anticipating that this level here has been acting as support. So support being a level where the price doesn't move any lower, which should push this higher. So let's see if we can get matched. Pressure on this still coming down. Nice. I'm in the queue. I like this feature on this software. Shows you where you are in the position. So I'm 105.83 out of this total here. So relatively near the front of the queue. There we go. Got match. Oh, still got a net stake of 2 in this. Oh, shit. Okay. Hopefully get matched on that as well. Lovely jubbly. 5 minutes to the off.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
The amazing amount of 12p overall profit. But again, the thing to focus on here isn't the profit at this point. At least not for me. It's more, have I traded well? My main objective, as I keep saying again and again, is to time the trade so that I'm just to keep the discipline out, so that I'm out before anything going in play. Not taking unnecessary risks, just building up that discipline, using small stakes, and then kind of level up to taking bigger positions with bigger accounts. Because if you lose it with small money, you're going to lose it with big money. And admittedly, it's not the same trading with bigger amounts as with smaller amounts. You will move the market differently. It will take longer. It can take longer for positions to be matched, depending on the liquidity in the market. But let me just distracted here by what's going on. So this is the thing. One thing that I've just struggled with over time is like, okay, right, I've made this amount of profit, which is, considering the stakes, it's okay, it's all right. There's opportunities that I can see still kind of materializing. This is coming in still persistently. This is moving out. But the factor I'm just wary of is the time. As this ticks down, there's less opportunity to maneuver out of bad positions or make up for losses. So it's riskier. So do I want to damage, give back what I've made in profit, or just take a punt, if you like? It's not a complete punt. It's like, just, do I want to take a more risky approach by taking a position with less time to maneuver? It's just something I'm trying to weigh up, really, which only empirical trading will show properly. But at the moment, I think my time on this one's done. I mean, I'm chatting away here, chatting shit, and the market's moving away. So focusing on the market would help more. But I'm happy. Profit is a profit. Let's green up on that. So no matter what happens in this race, made money, albeit a pittance. But profit is a profit, not losing overall. So next. So just looking at stuff off screen here. Let me see. So bear with me while I do that. So I think that should take me to about break even now. Just over, at least. See that first trade there. So see that first trade was what? It was a losing trade of 40p. I'd made one before that I didn't record, but there was that one's put me about break even on the day, just over. So let's have a look at this one. 10 minutes till the off. 20 grand match, not massive amounts there. It's a bit of vig in the book. By vig, what I mean is it's basically the amount over 100%. So it's about 2.5% vig. So that's it's not bad. It's not bad. It's tradable, but there's no volume in this market yet. Although it's coming in. This chart here, in case you're wondering, is volume. So when the market gets more lively, then these bars will become bigger spikes. These are the amounts of money being matched in pounds. So the spikes will be higher amounts and they'll be more frequent. You can see there's little dots of like, what's that, like £5, £10 being matched. This software as well gives you the increased amount per whatever, per a second, per a tick. Don't know how that's done. And just in terms of assessing what's going on here, this is drifting, coming to what looks like an area of resistance, which it could bust through. You can see on the chart there was a previous higher high that it could bust through. Also in this volume here, you can see that was the level. So that could move higher. What I'd be looking for is this to be moving in as well, which it is, but it's just not doing. What's the word I'm looking for? There's no movement in this market in terms of the price is moving, but the volume isn't there. It doesn't feel right. There needs to be more money coming through to make it tradable. So again, just looking off screen here. So okay, let's have another look on screen. So we've got 8 minutes to the off. Yes, price is moving away on me. Looks like there's some money coming in. Still hesitant to make a move just because, oh look, this one's coming in. But these are massive odds. Well, not massive, they're just not. These aren't going to have as much effect at 9s and 10s, aren't going to have as much effect as this one. The favourite, which is at 2, that's like 50%. 40 to 50% of the book in terms of probability. So this has about 40 to 50% chance. Let me just shut up and concentrate here 1 sec. So I'm looking to get long on this, but sorry, I use different terminologies because I'm used to financial markets. So long basically just means going, anticipating the price is going to go up. So lay it. But I need to. What I'd want to see is other activity. So other prices coming in. We've got a drifter. Yeah. A bit late on this. Gonna have to let that go, unfortunately. But something else must be coming in. Hmm, 5 minutes, so there should be a flurry of volume coming the next few seconds, next minute or so, I'd anticipate. We've gone up to 34k matched. This one's strongly coming in, which is pushing this out. This has been very static for a while. Hitting support, you can see these levels here, 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 here. Oh no, look at that. It's chart. Okay, it's just broken lower.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So there's that rush of activity. You've seen the volumes have increased. big chunk of money pushing that down, which will cause a retrace. Okay. This is drifting a lot. This is coming in. So what I was anticipating is this would break support. Still not unfeasible. Infeasible? Unfeasible. Infeasible. Because this is massively still drifting. This one looks like the one that's been coming in the most aggressive. But certainly if this comes and breaks fives, then I'd anticipate quite a strong reaction down. But it looks like it's just finding support around fives rather than breaking it. So I'm going to just listen to what it's telling me rather than trying to hope it does what I want it to do. And this is coming in, which is going to push these others out. So just to play it safe. There we go. So I saw this coming in very aggressively, which fortunately this hasn't moved, but it means that one of these other ones has moved out. But I just didn't want to this has broken. Oh shit, that was a fat finger there. Look how this is coming in. Let's got to push that out. It's been heavily backed. And this doesn't make sense, at least for the long term. So both of these are coming in, which is going to affect this. So that will create arbitrage opportunities. So, oh wait, it's very hard to talk and assess the market at the same time.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
This coming in, this has got to go out. So
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
shit, didn't close it. Come on.
10 seconds.
So this one gave back some of that profit. You see, that's why sometimes, you know, I was a good few minutes out. Had about, I can't even remember. I'll have to rewind it at some point to see. But I did give back some of that profit by trading on this one. But fortunately, I'd made some money on this one. lost some on this one, and then the average of it meant that there's a green across at least. You know, so
This event is now in play.
and it started quite promptly as well, which is another reason really just to get out before the market, before the race starts, or have visuals up at the same time so that you can time that exit for if you do need to get out. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes to the off on this one. So we've got this has been quite flat, this has been drifting, this has been coming in. Let's see. Decent amount matched. Looks like it's hitting resistance. Just take a few moments to get a feel for the heartbeat of this market. Don't want to jump in on anything unnecessarily. Does feel like this is drifting. That was a bit of a tentative position there, just to get a feel for if the market would actually take it and how quickly.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Peter. Just going to cancel that. Still bullish on this, and I think it's going to go up, but I just wanted to lighten that position. Potentially getting at a average down, getting at a better position as well. It's having trouble breaking that resistance, isn't it? But this is still coming in, which is good. Okay, it's broken that resistance, approaching 3s. So as it hits 3, I'd anticipate there's going to be some, it's either going to have trouble and then pull back, or it's going to break it quite aggressively. And it's pulling back, which can give me another chance to enter, in the anticipation that it's going to resume with that bullishness again. It could be a complete reversal. Kiss goodbye to this profit. Three minutes. Just going to move that down to 3s, because if anything, it's either going to break or bounce off of 3s. So at least position it there. It means that regardless of what it does, of taking out a position, taking out some money. There we go. It's a pivotal point, so it's breaking through it. This, yeah, that's not. It looks like it's going to retrace, because this is going out. There's nothing coming. Yeah, it looks weak. It looks like it's going to pull back again. So 2 minutes to the off. Yep. My lesson just going to green at that. 9 pennies across the board. Oh, cancel that. 1 sec. There we go. Oh, it did break in the end. You see what I mean? As soon as it passed through that crossover point, that psych level 3, it went with quite aggressively. It's broken through. That's the way she goes. Made some money off of it, so can't be angry, can't be happy. It's just is what it is. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? 10 minutes to the off, 9 minutes to the off. Reasonably tight book. 20 grand match, not that impressive. You can tell as well sometimes just looking at the charts whether it's been quite a how liquid the market is, because in a liquid market the red line will be quite dense, be more contact points. So you can see most of the money's been matched on this one. It's about 10 grand matched on it. Whereas on the less liquid ones, or the less traded selections, it will be very like a lighter line. Let's try and find what's the one that's way out. You see that there's not as many contact points, so it's a bit duller in colour of red, whereas this one's very dense because there's more contact points. That's by the by. Let's have a look at what's going on. So this one here has been coming in. It's been drifting. Looks like it's hitting resistance at these previous prices of around 275, 272. So it's come down, pulling back, hitting resistance. This one's been drifting but coming on a retrace. This one's come in recent times, but let's just see what opportunity there might be. Sorry, attention got distracted there. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to, before doing anything, just trying to get a feel for the heartbeat of the market before placing any positions. So this is breaking, so this is definitely coming in. Right. Just going to increase that position if it lets me. Doesn't look like it will, but at least I've got some skin in the game. It's coming to this key level now in terms of previous support. So it looks like this level it was traded at. So is it going to break that support or bounce off it? It's going to break it. Trying to increase this position size a bit more. It's bouncing off of that support. Still enough reason to stay in on this. Maybe not as optimistic with the profit targets, but I'm going to thin it out a bit if it lets me. These are still moving out, which should allow this to come on in. So profit targets, at least, you know, taking some money off before this support level would make sense. Mm-hmm. 5 minutes to the off, so volume's probably going to start increasing.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So I've changed my mind slightly on that, so I'm going to keep this bigger position in and just go for a bit more of a tick. So that one's been taken because I've seen this quite near its like resistance. So rather than exit and then re-enter with a new position, just let that other one. Yeah, I'm talking shit. Hang on. Yeah, as you may hear, I'm not that good at concentrating and speaking because the market moves so quick sometimes. It's easy, it's just difficult to explain what's going on and do it. I ain't a teacher. I am a doer with this. Come on. Just keep an eye. This one's coming in, which can... Oh, look at that chunk of money there. Let's see if that is going to help push this down. Looks like it's real because it's not being moved when it's on the touch. So that is going to affect it by hopefully pushing this down some more. Or when it goes, it might just evaporate and go higher. But based on what the rest of the book's saying, I'm anticipating this is going to help push this lower because this is it's resistance at the top of its range. Looks like it could bust higher. And this looks like it could move lower. But who knows with the market, can do anything. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to play this one safe for now. Put my closing trade in there. And hopefully get out with 3 minutes to the off. This is probably going to... Scope for this to move lower, but time is a factor here. It's still a whole shitload of time, but I've done reasonably well in terms of reading the market, so I'm happy with that. Idea is just to make wins. I mean, a few ways to approach it really. Like, could look to milk the market for as much as possible, take a few more losses, take a few big losses, make lots of little wins. I don't have enough of a trading history in recent times really to see what's going to be the plan going forward. But for now, just playing it conservative. See now there's a lot more movement in the market as nears the off, people squaring up positions, but my decisions made, my decisions have been made, my profits already been made on that, and there's no stress because I'm not thinking about closing positions near to the off. Next one. So immediately 40 things that popped to mind. 40 grand matched, good, tight book. Almost odds on favourite that's been coming in very aggressively. The other ones are quite flat. Those are the things that pop out to me. So potentially looking to back this, but wary that it's coming to a psych level 2s or crossover point, which could cause it to find support and bounce, or it could break through it and move more aggressively. Big chunk of money here. Don't know if that's real or not. Well, it's probably real. Just need to look on the other selections to... These are shit odds, aren't they? Just looking... Oh, that's gone, isn't it? I don't know. I was looking away there. I don't know if that was gone or if it was matched. I need to look back on the video. So someone might have moved that amount, that 1,000 whatever pounds was there, or it might have been matched. But it's retracing here, so I'm trying to take advantage of the retrace with the hope that it's going to continue on its downtrend. So just trying to take a tick out there, but also leaving some for a bigger move. So partial exit. Mm-hmm. 6 minutes to the off. $154 in this queue. I am tempted to add to this position as actually no, I'm not. There's not good evidence from the other selections that this is going to continue to push lower, but it's still at least within a range, and I'm at the bottom of that range in terms of where this exit position is here. So it looks like it's kind of creating like a box, if you like, in terms of support and then resistance at the top. So in a trend, obviously you're looking for lower lows and lower highs in a downtrend, but in a box, the highs and the lows are
This
about
event
even.
will start in 5 minutes.
Thank
5
you, Peter.
minutes.
So I'm positioning myself at the bottom of that range on support, at least with part of the position. So my overall net stake is 4. So I'm kind of leaving this in the anticipation that it's at least going to hit support at the bottom, but also leaving, once that gets, if that gets taken, another 2 in the anticipation of a breakout where the price would move past that box and break lower. So let's see if that happens. It doesn't. See, it's just hitting resistance again, going off support into resistance. It could break that resistance and reverse on me and go higher. 4 minutes. So I'm just looking for evidence that this could break rather than bounce, and there's not a whole lot of evidence that I can see at the moment that this is going to convincingly break through, at least not at the moment. It's telling me it could hit just support again and then bounce off, because what I'd want to see is some of these dramatically shift out. So at least for the interim, it looks like it's going to bounce between those. Now it's 3 minutes to the off. That could change, in the next 3 minutes as even more money piles in. But I'm just maybe have to be happy with what I've got here, albeit a meager profit, but those all do add up. Now, I'm pretty sure as it comes to the off, it's going to break either the resistance or support as people square up their positions. But again, it's that time is the enemy there, because there's less time to fix shit if it goes wrong. So I'm going to just green up on this. Take my money and run, brother. Take it and run. Just leave this for a while, just for curiosity's sake, just to see how this pans out. Check when my I'm not looking to actively trade it now. Oh, next one's in 15. Okay. Yeah, so look, it broke resistance. So that was a reasonably good play, because, all right, when I came into this originally, this wasn't obviously visible. and the intuition is that this is going on a downtrend. So if I had kind of stuck with my guns on that, if you like, I'd be holding that short position whilst it was still in that range. But now I'd be, trying to be fucked because the price has just run away from you. Now, in that next minute, it might just still come back down and be okay. But this is, look at that. That's a reversal. It's come up. It hasn't gone through twos. People haven't been willing to back more than twos on this, and it's reversed. And it didn't break support. So that is really just a case.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Of letting the market tell me what to do rather than just reading too much into it. Just acting on what's there rather than making shit up. So next one is 115. Let's have a goosey gander. Right, 20 grand matched. Flat, come in but low volume, going out but low volume. Not much money coming on this. I think this might be one of the Irish ones. One of the Irish ones typically have less volume. Again, I don't really know anything about horse racing, so, but I mean some of the some of the names of the courses that come up I recognise. Just from looking at lots and lots of different markets. So, just a lot of time it can just be a waiting game. 6 minutes to the off, relatively sideways market. Could be very easy to lose money in this. Just wanting to do something when there isn't really anything there to do. It looks quite range bound at the moment, so potentially could back here, lay at the bottom. But it's just, even though I'm doing £2 stakes, I'm just still mindful of these very small numbers. So the market can easily absorb £2, but I'm thinking still of, right, I'm not going to always be on £2 stakes. I'm going to up this as time moves on, if I can prove myself on the smaller stakes. But there just isn't that liquidity. Still the next 30 seconds, there's probably going to be some more money coming to the market. But I wouldn't really want to. There we go. It's broken out, which is going to push some of these out. What's gone out? See, here's movement, but without volume, which always leaves me just wary.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Plus, both of these are coming in, which mathematically means something else is going out. But these two are about, I don't know, that's about 60% of the book. So this one looks like it could be drifter. Persistent money coming in on that. I'm inclined to lay this just because of the sharp movement there, and there seems to be more money on this side of the book. Well, save there just by a technical error. I was trying to lay that, which would have actually put me at a loss now, because this has now become the streamer coming in. Always check. And this is a perfect example. You know what? I think I'm going to just be easy on this one and just leave it. Because this is, I said from the start, didn't I? It's an easy way to lose money because liquidity wasn't really there. The movement came, but it was like very jittery. I'm gonna pass. On that. And I would have been managed if it hadn't, because basically the error here, you see I was trying to take a position and it was on net stake, so I was trying to lay like that and it was like, oh, it didn't happen, but then the price moved away, which would have actually had me at a loss. So and I've had to be managing that, probably got out of break even or a small loss, but you know, saved by an error in that instance. But let's just move on to the next one. So, what's this one doing? Oh, 1 minute tee off. What's going on? It's the wrong one. Yes. Don't know what's going on with my selection here. Come on. There we go. That is better. First thing pops out here, just been range bound for very long. You can see the density of that, and also in the history of the price there, it's just been moving up and down within a range. So it has broken out of support, but then come back within that range. This one here has been coming in flat, reasonably flat, hitting resistance. So just wait a bit just to see what goes on. Watagwan. It's like it's breaking out. So for this to be money coming in, going down. Yeah, okay. So this one's moving out, the corner of my eye. This one's moving down. I'm just going to play it safe with a tick on this, but also look to get in again. I think there's more in this than just a tick, because of the way this is moving out, especially as it approaches threes, this psych level. Although I'll be quick to say I'm wrong if that doesn't happen. The market is always right. It's a reasonably good approach to have this. I don't know shit about this, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I can say what I speculate's going to happen, hypothesize, but at the end of the day, the market does what it does, and I can be proven wrong. And just got to accept that. So this is still showing some kind of at the top of its range. Reasonable amounts to say it could break that resistance. This has retraced. Not convinced it's a reversal yet, which is why I'm still holding tight with this position. Looks like some of these have come in. This one's maybe come in. Just holding tight because it looks like it could be hitting resistance at previous price levels. So this is as high as it's been traded really at any volume recently. Man, it's breaking that resistance. Bollocks.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
But it could still come back within the range. Just looking for evidence of that. Yeah, that's drifting out. We've had a breakout, so typically previous resistance can come support when that happens. So it goes like that, comes back down, finds support, and then moves higher. Just trying to play this conservative as possible. Yeah, I'm wrong. So, carrying a bit of a loss, 3-4 minutes left. Let's just see if there's anything I can do. Oh shit, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I do not want to do that. I wanted to be on the... I was trying to be clever there and get matched on both sides around the same time, but I got matched on the lay side first. Now, generally, would suggest against doing multiple horses because it can just confuse the shit out of you. But I'm reasonably comfortable doing that. At least with the front two. Just because the inverse relationship, I know if one's going out, the other's got to be coming in. So the way this is approaching fours as well, just mindful of that. What can happen? 2 minutes. Oh, it's broken fours. You see when it broke the four, how the market kind of started to accelerate and move down. could have made, could have stayed on that move for a bit longer with that knowledge. This one's approaching fours now, so this could just find either resistance, so the price bounces back, which would cause this to retrace. And as this hits fours here, this would cause this to move up again. So I'm just trying to...
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Oh, taking us to the wire, mate. Let's get out. So, managed to fix that pretty much to break even. 1p loss if this wins. But yeah, I mean, I was down, what was that? I can't even remember. It was maybe 5-10p, whatever.
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
But by looking at the opportunities on the other selections, and you saw the video. Just getting tired of I'm not the best of explaining things, but yeah, basically they're just managed the position, not just on one selection but on two, based on what I saw in the inverse relationship between the selections, to come out at break even. Next. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, been very conservative trades today, but I mean they're all stacking up. Again, it's the percentages that matter really. Not even the percentages in this instance, because it's not a clear, as I've said again and again, it's not a clear staking strategy. I've got to cross all the positions, all the selections, I should say. My main objective here is just to close out before the offs, which I've done on each of these occasions so far. I haven't let anything go in running, and I'm slightly ahead on the day. So what we got here for 6 minutes to the off, 50 grand matched, good, tight book. This one here looks like it's been flat with a slight drift. This has been coming in. Ugh, to those. This looks like it's drifting. This one's coming in. Pulling back. Alright, let's get on this if possible. Put in my closing positions. So here, look, this big chunk of money is going to be helpful to my position. Let's just call that a corner of my eye. So this is going to push the market down here, pushing this one up here. Yeah. So yeah, just well, you saw it. Tried to capitalize on that. What I was seeing is a drift. This is, hang on. This could go out again. Just looking at that movement there. Just trying
this
to be
event will start
greedy.
in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
It's happening quicker than I can describe it. But basically, think of it like a seesaw. One end goes down, the other has to go up, and then vice versa. If that goes up, then that goes down. So I saw that there was money coming in on this, pushing this down, which is going to push this up. So that's why I laid that. But then it stalled. So I decided, to exit the positions earlier than trying to let it run. So when I say it stalled, the prices here started to reverse. They started to come back up again, which means these have to come back down again. It is the yin and yang of it all. There has to be balance. So what we got? 3-4 minutes to the off. Made a profit. Increased risk now going into the market, if I choose to do so. Do I just take the profit and run? He thinks yes. One thing I've noticed as well from previous results is the biggest mistakes come when I get fatigue in the market. So just been looking at the screens too long. Might have been having a reasonably good day and then continue. Unfortunately, trading is never an activity where excessive work can lead to better results, if that makes sense. So pushing to do that bit more, which works in other aspects of life. If you're if you're training for a sport or any other type of academic endeavor where more effort can result in better results. Nah, that shit don't fly with markets typically, because the longer you're in it, or the more you try to get out of it, the more risk you put yourself at, and you can effectively undo a lot of the good that you have done. Even looking at this, look. So what I was looking back at the history. So I was backing and laying at 2.4. So this has dramatically started to come in. So if I'd still been, looking for long positions, I'd have been on the wrong side of this, and that would have been bye-bye to that meager profit. But I got it early on, which means that I had time on my side to fix things if it had gone against me. So let's have a look at the next one here. Oof. Bloody hell. 4-horse race. That's pretty rare. And a odds-on favourite, which is coming in. There's money on this already. 11 minutes to go. You can see the movement there. So it's a very short price favourite. I'm not going to jump on that just yet, even though I can see that that's coming in. Decent movement on it. Just want to get a feel for the heartbeat of the market before doing anything. Don't want to be too rash, otherwise it's just an easy way to lose some money. Yeah, that's coming in, but nothing else is moving out. Yet the book has remained very tight. Only 0.7% VIG in that. Because this is just coming so aggressively, like getting on that now, it could be just getting on at the bottom. It would be more savvy to wait for a pullback or just see more convincing evidence of the other prices moving out. Like that. Just don't feel the timing's right yet. And also the other thing that's in my mind is it's still 10 minutes to the off. most money will come in within the next 5 minutes or 4 minutes. So that could, after seeing this back in, that could actually result in, as the money comes in, it drifting. Just don't want to be in a mug who's caught buying this at the, selling it at the top. Or no, that's not selling it at the bottom. Sorry, sometimes the term I'm more used to financial markets, so sometimes the terminologies don't always cross over exactly into betting markets. You can see it's retraced there, so that retrace could mean a push for further down. So just want to see some strength come back in if that is the case. Strength being prices build up on this side and this starting to move out. I feel that's kind of happening. So just put that tentative one in there. Could be wrong. Yeah, could be wrong, mon ami. This is coming in. I've added to that position, in effect averaging down. So I've Google averaging down, but basically it's just adding to a losing position, effectively, which it depends. It's generally. Let me just concentrate here. Stop yammering away. And protect my capital. Small as it is. It's definitely starting to see a drift on it. Still okay with this, just don't want it to get too out of control. 7 minutes to the off. That just out of the corner of my eye, I saw this coming in very aggressively. Time to get out. Yeah. Fuck that shit. Let's see. So really, this is starting to drift. This is starting to come in. I'm just going to push this out. So yeah, just dusted out the door there. Just trying to ascertain where the more clear opportunity is on, because these are two favourites here, or first and second favourite.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
See more money coming in now. So hopefully this doesn't start to move in, but starts to move out, which will push this in, which is what I need. 4 minutes to the off. Big chunks of money there. Oh, big order came in there. Should have just got out of break even. There we go. The market has been relatively forgiving. Okay, gonna. This is a bit closer to the wire than I'd like, but I can see that there's just tons of money coming in on this. This is moving out. Just the timing on this has been poor. See, if I'd held on for my positions, I'd got in it. Where was it? Back to 185. I'd backed up here, but it just wasn't the clarity at the time for me to hold on to that position, and I hadn't made really enough profit, if you like, for a buffer. It could have gone any way, because at the time that was all the information I had, right up until this ranginess here. The market had been going sideways. There wasn't any clarity as if it was going to break or move down. So I'm happy with my decision. Definitely some money left on the table here. 2 minutes to go to the off. Continuing to pressure lower. Yeah, say the V. Haven't been any outstanding trades today, but one loss could kiss all of this goodbye. So, but yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes. What have we got next? La prochaine. So that would be 50. 150. So, just looking off screen for a sec here. Okay, so let's have a goosey gander. What's going on here? 50 grand for very high odds. So ideally, like between 1 and 4, like good selections to work with in terms of where the odds are, between 1 to maybe, 5s. Because that's where the brunt of the money is going to be in terms of a selection. When the odds are like this, it means that there's more. I mean, what's that going to be? So 6s would be 15% of the book. So something at 6s like this is going to be between, I don't know, 13 to 18% of the book, let's say. Whereas something as at 2s is going to be 50% of the book. So a move in that is going to be have more of an impact overall. You can see even the way that the money's been matched on these selections. It's there's not. I mean, there's the favourite, but it's pretty much there's only a few grand difference between them. Whereas with something where there's an odds-on favourite, 60 to 70% of the money would be on that, which comes down to, if dealing with bigger stakes, why you want to trade, or why it makes more sense to work with the favourite or the second favourite, because there's just going to be more money there. It's going to be more liquid. It's going to be able to absorb the orders that you throw at it. with these smaller stakes, it's not so much an issue. The market can absorb it, but it's just I'm just conscious of trading in a way that is going to translate to if and when I scale up to bigger numbers. And then these £2 stakes. What have we got here? So this is effectively looks like it's been coming in, hitting resistance. I can see that in terms of when I say resistance, I'm looking at this previous price action here, where it's come down, lower lows, lower highs. It's come back, it's making a lower high, but it's hitting resistance around that, which is these kind of levels here. It's kind of six. Chatting shit actually though. Looking at these charts are just the shittest to read at times. Because that's about 6.5, isn't it? 6. No, yeah, of course. So this level here is these kinds of levels here. The price has had trouble moving higher than it's hit a ceiling, so it's hit resistance. And it's if I were to have a punt, I'd say, oh yeah, okay, maybe this is going to continue with this downtrend and move lower and break that support. But there's just been no money in the market at the moment to really support that. So I'm going to just wait it out, really, till there's a bit more evidence and a bit more movement. Decent amount matched in the market. 6 minutes to go, so should see the money come in the next 90 seconds or so, which will probably break it either up or down in terms of these price levels. I do want to short this, but I would want to see some more money coming through on that. Some more pressure on the top there, really. And it's approaching 6. This wasn't even clocking that. Approaching this psych level of 6. Just have to be wary of that. Might be better to go long on this. Waiting. Next few seconds, this should start to spike up and become more regular.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
More regular volume coming through, or amounts. Right. No. Wait. Read that wrong. So I just cancelled it straight away. does feel like this is building up to break lower. It's just something that doesn't feel... There we go. Saw that tick up, which has inspired me to short this. Just increase the position slightly there. It doesn't look like it's wanting to break. Come on, break that 6. This is moving up again, so this might see another tick lower. Hasn't done it yet, but I've increased the position again, and thus increased the risk. Just going to put that on that support of 6. Wait, hang on, let me just make sure I am making money on that. 6-2, yeah, okay. Steals a tick. Just playing it a bit cautious here because this hasn't really convincingly... I mean, this has started to move out, but this is in fact starting to move in. So I've just reduced the position size there, so that now I've got a bit more leeway in terms of where the stop needs to go. Oh shit. Well, got out of profit. Actually wanted to stay in a bit more for a bigger move, but hey ho. 1 minute 30 and now it's breaking. Yeah, ideally I wanted to keep that a position in for much longer, but read that relatively well. It's okay. I've got 26 to 28p green. Can't complain. I think that's the biggest return on the day so far. Do this bit by bit, really. Oh my god, what's this? It's a 3-horse race. Jesus. So, wow, it's only 3 horses, which is what. So on that other one where they were all 6s, it means that there's got to be more across the field in terms of selection. In this one, there are only 3. And they are all very relatively, very similarly priced. There's a lot, there's adequate money in here. 7 minutes to off. This one's drifting at the moment, although the chart said it's coming in, hitting resistance. This one's been drifting. This has been coming in. It's just going to take a few moments to get a heartbeat of what the market's doing. This is coming in. This is going out. Yeah, I'm just going to scratch that. I don't feel that I'd... Wait, just concentrating here for a sec. This is a very sticky market. Like, there's money coming in, definitely, but it's just not getting matched. You can see this order here set the touch price, and you see how long it took to get matched. So ideally, when putting in orders, it should be, if it's on the touch price, so the touch being the best available lay and bid at the time, I'd anticipate in a liquid market that gets snapped up, relatively quickly. But it's quite sticky. I was putting the order there, and it wasn't getting matched. So it just didn't feel right. But as the volume comes in, coming down to 5 minutes, 4 minutes, then you should see those orders get snapped up a bit quicker. So this is drifting, this is coming in. Just looking for an old opportunity to get in. Opportunidade.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Just where is this approaches threes? I want to short it, but this 3 looks like it's acted as support, so it's a good chance it might bounce off of it. And if it does break it, then it will break it quite hard. So I might look to go long on this, but I'd need to see this come in to give credence to that decision. Of course, if that continues to go up, then that could mean a breakout on this. But yeah, generally it's not good to have so many conjectures about it. I would say if you're starting out, just which I am too, but I mean there's just different strategies that I bring in. But I would say start out with just one thing that you're looking for. There we go. Rather than trying to mix and match some of the strategies and selections like I'm doing. Could play out a lot better in the long run. Just don't be too greedy on this. There we go. So it did what I anticipated, in that it found support around this level, these lows here, and then it bounced off. So I'd positioned myself in anticipating that. So here it has broken previous highs here, and looks like it's retracing. That could be the beginning of a trend where it pulls back and then moves higher again, or it could come back into this range to approach these lows again, these lows here, around just above threes. I'm just wary of the time, don't want to do anything too rash, too speculative when time is running out. This is moving out. Yeah, I think, unless I can see something. Alright, it's going to drift, isn't it? Too slow. Is this going to do the same thing at threes, where it bounces, as backers aren't willing to do any more than 3? For me to be right on that, I'd need to see this start to come in again. It's just a very okay. Risky raid with the time, only a minute left. Might have to give some of that profit back. This is coming in, so this is helping.
This event
my
will start in
on this.
60 seconds. 60 seconds.
relatively near the front of that queue, but time is ticking. Do, 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 do. Yep, okay, so got matched. Improved profit a bit. 10p across the board. Greater risk comes greater reward. But did I need to do that? I mean, it was riskier. I had a good anticipation of what could happen. There was a decent plan behind it.
10 seconds.
So not too upset. Came out on top. What we got? 1405 is our next one. And one thing I'm trying to get a good balance on is how long I should be doing this for, in terms of like a trading day, because it comes a point of diminishing marginal returns. So the more effort put in, the less you get back, and in fact turns into negative returns. So, first started the day with a loss, but every other trade since has been a profit. It could just be the case where I see that go in a in the next race, which I'm cautious of, because the profit taken that I've been taking on these races hasn't, it's been below my average. Decent one would be 20 to 40p based on these stakes. Again, it's just small numbers, but it's the percentages I'm considering here. So I'm just wary of that, really. It is possible to overtrade. Not only overtrade in the terms of a single race where you see profits diminish, but in terms of the trading day, where each additional race that you take on, it means that you're because of fatigue, because of being overly optimistic or overly pessimistic, could just affect your trading day, or affect your mindset in that trade. Stop oh God, I can't even speak today. Stop jibber jabbering and let's have a look at this. So we've got odds on favourite, very short odds coming in, finding support. So it's come in for a while. It's found support around these levels here, so around this 1.37. You can see that because it hasn't traded any lower than that. So 1.37, 3.8. It's been range bound between about 3 or 4 ticks. What else have we got on this? It's starting to drift now. 5 minutes to you off. Just gonna get a feel for the heartbeat on this, see if anything materializes that can jump on the back of. Looks like it's drifting. Obviously these charts aren't real time. I think they update every 5 seconds. I've got it set to. So these moves here, there is a delay in reporting that information.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
There's a lot of backing action come through. See these numbers building up here. So is that? But I'm just not convinced, because it's such short odds, because it's unlikely, just from what I've experienced before, for it to push it much lower. You can see, look, these numbers here are starting to come up. They could be spoofing it, but it's just, I don't want to be too reactionary. Just wait for some clearer evidence before acting. And of course not being too worried about not participating, because it's preserving capital for the things that are clearer. That's coming in. That's coming in, so that's going to push this out. So if I see this bounce at 8, it might find support here, bounce out, pushing this in again. Big chunk of money there. Let's see if that gets taken. Yeah, I think someone's trying to spoof the money with about 6-7 grand, because it keeps coming and then going. So it just shows they're not serious about it being matched, or they're trying to move the market. Is another viable thing. So seeing this moving. Oh, what are you doing? It's moving in. How long we got? 2 minutes. Can be very easy to do something silly here. It feels like it's going to move higher and break higher, but do I want to risk that? Let's just flip-flop him. I mean, the lows are getting higher, definitely, so when it goes up, it's retracing not as much and then moving a tick or so higher. But that chunk of money. Let's see if that. See, that was about 8 or 9 grand there that was there. If you rewind it, or maybe it did get matched. I don't know, because if there was 8 grand, 9 grand there, then if it did get matched, then it would appear here as an increased volume. If it wasn't, so if someone's just trying to spoof the money, then spoof the market, then they'll put it, just outside the money or on the money for a little while, and then it will disappear. So like with this
This event will start in 60 seconds.
This 6 grand
60
here.
seconds.
So I think that was another instance there. So there was like another 3 grand that was on the touch price, but then it disappeared once it went, into the touch, and this didn't increase. So, that could be just someone spoofing the market or attempting to spoof the market, which is why thinking about
this event starts in
why
30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
The potential in terms of trading potential on these types of markets is limited. It's not like with stock market or forex where you can easily throw a few grand at it, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands if you want. You are limited to what you can do without moving the market. Of course, the levels that I'm looking to trade at, it's not really an issue, but that's why a hedge fund, for example, or something like that wouldn't really work in trying to trade these markets, because there's just not enough money there. Well, at least this trading strategy wouldn't make sense, because you're trading with stakes that the market can take. So let's have a look. What's going on? We've got relatively flat. It's pulled back, finding support again. This one's come in. This one's drifted. 9 minutes to the off. Tight book. 90 grand matched. Let's see what we can cook up. This is approaching 3s. That's caught my eye. This one's approaching 4s. So I'm just really taking the temperature of the market, not really rushing into anything. As you can see, I'm just pointing out things that would go through my mind. It's not always a checklist of things. Although it would probably be better if I was saying, oh, check this, then that. But there's just some things that I do, I guess, intuitively. And yeah, it's a bit tricky to verbalize them whilst I'm doing them, or just do them without thinking about it. But so this is approaching 3, so I'm just wary of that as a crossover point in terms of will it find support, or if it will break, then it will go through quite aggressively. This also approaching a crossover, but this has been streaming in, so this might be more inclined to break, and this one bounce off of support, off of the support 3. So yeah, I'm gonna short this. It's quite a heavy position in the anticipation that it's going to break 4s. Got the old exits in because this is moving out quite strongly. So I'm anticipating this will move this in, and as it moves in, approaches 4s, break 4s because it's this psych level. But that is all conjecture until it happens. 7 minutes. Volumes still not there. I can feel that in the market because these prices are still quite sticky. Although there's some movement on here, it's a sticky one still. Anyway, these ones here are moving out, which is helpful to this, but it's still quite stagnant. Which, if this was, another minute or 2 in from now, the movement is going to be a bit more erratic. So just holding the position for now. Hold tight. Holding tight on this. Because this is still starting to drift, or still drifting. Still some money. Visually it feels that this is, still got some weight on it to push it down. The weight of money. Although actually, if I look at the stats, the weight's actually on this then the weight's actually on this side, but I don't really pay attention to those as much anymore. Because the weight of money can be a tricky one because it depends where the money is in that book. Because these values here are only taking the first 3 orders to determine that. But if you've got more money at the front of that queue, then that's obviously going to have a bigger impact. So just take that with a grain of salt. Just visually try and see what's going on. I'm going to stop yammering away and concentrate on this now. So it's starting to drift more. Starting to come in. Just going to push this out. Might have to.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Just going to lighten this a bit. So had 6 before, reduce that to 4, but re-increased it, but at a higher level, just because I'm seeing this jolt out. That's probably going to find a bit of support at 4s, but if this continues to drift, then hopefully it's going to bust through 4s. Mm, 4 minutes to the off. Still got some time to work with. Fix any shit that goes wrong. still, look, you can see it in the charts and in the price action that it's just not liking to break that level. So just to stay on the conservative side, just move this up slightly more. Just lighten this position again. If I see any decent movement on this going out, I may add to this again. It's coming in. Not good. Mm. 2 minutes coming up to. Push it lower. So being able to lighten that position a bit. Hang on. Think. Going to move this up to 4s because that's the troublesome area. Where if it finds support, it's going to bounce, but if it breaks, it's going to move lower. So I've positioned this so at least hopefully that gets taken out at that support level in anticipation it could bounce, but still have something in if it were to move lower. Looks like it's finding crazy support on that. Very near to the off as well.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
So here's what I'm going to do. Try to break even on this. 400 in the queue of 1500. By the way, that's estimated position in the queue based on what volume's gone through and what's been added. 30 seconds to the off. I'm just going to bring up pictures.
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
So, right.
Ten seconds.
There we go. Didn't bring up pictures in the end, but this is a loss. But yeah, c'est la vie. Managed it well enough. Probably got matched on that in the end. But
this event is now in play.
Oof, look at that. That was on the button as well. Good thing. See, it's a good thing I didn't hang about really waiting for that to get matched just for the sense of a few ticks. Just take it on the chin really and move on. Live to trade another day. Van Sank 14.25. What we got? 8 minutes to the off. Decent amount matched. Tight book. Moving in. Flat. Moving out. Yeah. So it looks like it's a one to potentially back. I'm not going to jump on anything too soon. Just want to get a heartbeat of what the market's saying first of all. This is drifting. This is still moving in. But don't want to be too rash. Especially as this here looks like it could be hitting all-time lows. Alright, let me just try this. Big chunk of money came in there. This is happening too quickly for me to explain as I'm doing it. But, yeah. Ooh, what we got? Sixes. Still here, just not talking much because you're trying to focus on what's going on. That could be a dangerous game because what I've done is increase my position size there. I've seen a big surge there, so that's worked to my favour. But didn't know that was going to happen. And it can be tricky as well because I'm not just looking at this selection here. At the side of my eye, I'm trying to see what the movement on these ones are doing as well, or the second favourite predominantly, with glances over to the others. As well as this one, obviously, when I'm trading. So forgive me for not always talking at the same time.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Peter. Just going to move these up. Err on the side of caution. This money here is not helpful. This moving in is not helpful. Let's see what happens there. Been hitting resistance in the price here. Can't see exactly what level that is. It's probably around the 232 level. So breaking higher and that would not help me, but if it finds resistance and does pull back down, that would be good. 4 minutes. This is coming in. helping this. Minutes 30. Breaking resistance, not convincingly, but it could just be making higher lows and higher highs incrementally. This obviously is breaking support here, moving down, starting to trend down. May need to lighten this. That's a lot of money coming through, isn't it? Dear, oh dear. So lighten that slightly. And lightened it again. Just reduce the damage. But also looking for potential of reversal. Does not look like it's coming. Yikes. I would not recommend that, as what I'm doing here in the moment is just trying to capture the retrace or potential reversal, which is a risky game.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
This is persistently moving out still. So
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
yeah, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Ten seconds.
And I've got to be out before the off, so yeah, I think that's pretty much most of my profit gone on the day. It's taking me to break even, just over. So yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. You can see you can grind away at the day and then give it back in just one instant. But that's the way she goes, breaking even, making a small gain. But the idea is just not to make massive losses.
This event is now in play.
And that was right on the nose as well. So yeah, good timing on the exit. Now I'm thinking here, should I might stop after this trade. Just have to look at a few things first. So what we got? Price relatively flat over recent time, had come in, but it's quite hitting support here around twos. A crossover point there, psych level. Slight drift on that. Slightly coming in. 5 minutes to the off. 100 grand matched. So is it going to bounce off of twos again, or is it going to break it? There's not much activity yet coming in.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is a game of discipline, really. That's why I'm not too disappointed, even though that's a lot of the gains on the day gone. I'm not really trading. I think it's all of the gains for the day gone, but I'm not really trading at this point for, the profit. Is more the discipline. So I'm happy that I was able to take the loss. Wasn't too bad of a loss, and also got out, before, made my decisions before the off. So in that sense, it's a win. Looks like it's bouncing off this support here. Just going to back this one going in. That wasn't the best of prices, was it? Thin this out a bit, if it lets me. That was a mistake. Had that position kept in, got out of it okay, but I guess as well, I think mindset might be a bit affected at the moment as well, because really there was scope to leave that position in for longer. I wasn't really thinking it could be fatigue setting in. It's only been 2.5 hours, whatever, 3 hours or so, but it's important to just stay on the ball as much as possible. And there was the opportunity to take more out of that move, but I don't know if it's psychologically just trying to be even more conservative or not. Who knows? But it's like just being wary of those things. I'm not bothered by it at all, but really there was more potential in that move. Excuse me, in that move. That maybe if it was at the beginning of the day, that I would have been more. Excuse me, to take some water. Maybe if it was the beginning of the day, I would have been more inclined to take advantage of. But yeah, let's just see what else we can make out of this. Wary of the time. Coming in hard. Green up. Minute to the go, to the off.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Go to the next one. Just looking at a few things here off screen. 1450. Let's just have a look at these. So, haven't looked at the screen yet for what's going on. We'll do that in a second. So, let's have a look. So, we've got favourite coming in. Second favourite finding support, very sideways, as are the other ones as well. Very sideways markets, rangy. But the favourites coming in, so this could be worth backing. So if we get the timing right. So be thinking this could be worth backing, this could be worth laying. Just cautious that this is approaching the psych level of 3s. So as it approaches that, could bounce off or it could break through. Also, as this comes in, this gives an opportunity to lay the second favourite. Very tentative short position put in there. You can see this is at the top of its range, so it's pushing out more, which should pull this in. It's starting to drift, which is it's good. Yeah, these charts, I mean, it'd be great if these could be... I don't personally like the way this software charts historical charts because of the time range it does. So you can get like a real-time moving one. I would prefer these ones, but just updating, in real time. And you can't put them under...
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You can't put the real-time charts underneath these as well. It's just spatially, yes, annoying to have to, trying to keep your eyes on the action, which is here, and to look over to the side for price charts. It's not viable the way that I attempt to look at the markets. But what's going on here? So this is coming in, which is pushing this out. So it's going against the position that I have in place. You can see it's hitting support there. So I'm going to let this get taken, hopefully. It should thin out the position. There we go. Give me a bit more room in terms of stop loss. In fact, I'm going to add back to that if possible. So taking a tick. Profit. Come back up, hit resistance. Hopefully going to come back down. But it might just break out and move higher. which this might confirm that's going to happen. So for further against me, Shizer. Did look like it was temporary, so hopefully we'll see some movement down as this starts to drift. This is drifting as well. Three minutes to go. Big chunks of money coming in on this now. Oh no, it's been moved. Wasn't serious. Got to play this a bit more conservatively in terms of potential exits. Still coming in. That's not helping my position. Time is ticking down. Drifting further. Broken resistance by look of it. Again, not great for my position, but I'm okay to hold this for a little bit longer just because there's still enough time for the market to correct or pull back, even if it does continue on a higher trend. Could be another wrong call. So going to need to thin this out. Only a minute and a half left. What's this? The 1440. So just going to bring up pictures here.
His last win, and looks like Brian Carlisle, very different to Taunton, is generally where he performs most effectively.
So it sounds like you think it's a good makeup of race Irish Prophecy 147 Pontresina. It's just a case of how it unfolds and who comes out on top and what the deciding factors will be.
Exactly. I think 147 is overpriced. The form figures look a little bit unfortunate, but has generally been pretty consistent. But Irish Prophecy has that good form boost from El Presente, an intriguing contest coming up.
And the front pair pulled well clear when I was at Exeter on that occasion. And he has been punished by the handicap. And let's not forget, he'd been beaten off his mark 3 times previously.
This event starts in 30 seconds.
You know, so they'll be looking at that and saying, well, hang on a second, have we suddenly improved £7-8 on the back of one run in 4?
It's frustrating, but the problem is now for the future, El Presente's gone on and won again and got another rise. So arguably he's still well treated, but the point's valid. He's been beaten off lower marks in the past. He's had a good summer. Is he going to be able to repeat it off a career high? That's the question mark.
Oliver Sherwood and Johnny Burke teaming up here with Pontresina. He was on board last time at Kempton. He won that tidily enough in the end. He did look like a horse who stays particularly well to.
So the let's just green this or red this up. So you can see it's I used the, because it was quite near to the wire, I brought up video just to see what was going on in terms of timing. That it looks like I would have got out a break even at least on this, maybe a bit of profit if had I left it in. But yeah, it's just really listening to what the market's telling me at the time, making the best decision around that.
This event is now in play.
And look at that, it's really, you know, it's pretty much on the wire. That's been set off. But I think with that, I am going to stop for a bit, which is important to just realise the limits. I mean, I'm going to be slightly down on the day, but nothing, you know, too drastic. Just live to trade another day. Don't get angry at the market, and realise that it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, you know, these little bits that come and go, little wins along the way, they can add up. So I'd rather have a few small losing days than a massive, you know, lose double digit or all of percentage of a capital. So yeah, 17. Let me see. So my stats at the moment are saying 17 markets traded plus this one as well, which is going. So that's probably. So it's about 658. So it's about 63p down on the day in total, which is in terms of the percentage of stakes I've been using, it isn't too bad. Again, live to trade another day, but yeah, I'll try doing this again another day, and just see how it goes.